In Greek mythology, there was a god named Apollo and a mortal named Cassandra. And as the story goes, Apollo had visited the city of Troy one day, and it was there that he saw Cassandra, who was the daughter of a famous king. And Cassandra had a level of beauty that no other girls during that time could even come close to, and the moment that the god Apollo laid eyes on her, he instantly fell in love with her. Now, since Apollo was so charming, it didn't take long for him to completely seduce Cassandra, and even though she was playing hard to get at first, she eventually agreed to give Apollo what he wanted, but only if he granted her the power to see into the future. And Apollo, realizing just how deeply seduced that he was by Cassandra, agreed to grant her her only wish. Now after Cassandra received her power, she immediately told Apollo that she would rather just be friends with him. Ouch. And with great anger, upset at what she had done, Apollo cursed Cassandra so that she may only see the bad events of the future as opposed to being able to see the entire future. But even worse, the curse made it so that even though she could see these terrible events of the future, Apollo made it so that nobody would ever believe her if she tried to tell them of these events. And it was only a few years later when the Greeks attacked the city of Troy, and it was during this time that Cassandra had a vision. And it was in her visions that Cassandra saw the city of Troy falling to a wooden horse. So shortly after the Greeks had started attacking Troy, they eventually pulled back and retreated, but in the process, they left behind a small wooden horse. And Cassandra begged those in charge to never take in the wooden horse into the city that the Greeks had left behind. But since she had been cursed by Apollo, the Trojans never believed her, and they actually brought the horse into the city, thinking it was a gift. Now, as night fell, the Greek warriors that were hiding within the horse hopped out, opened the gates, and they let in the full might of the Greek army. And in one single night, the city of Troy fell. Now, Apollo, one of the most handsome gods ever known and also considered to be one of the most powerful, got totally and utterly played by a mortal woman. And while Apollo might have got the last laugh in this situation, it was only because he was literally a god who had the power to curse a mortal and gain vengeance in that way. Now, I'm assuming that most of you watching are not gods, and so if a girl plays you, there's really not a whole lot that you can do about it. So for us mortal men, the key is having a few bits of knowledge that you need to never get played in the first place. See, everything in life, whether we realize it or not, is kind of like a game of chess, and the game that we play with females is really no different. You must always be 10 steps ahead of everybody else who is playing the game, because if you're not, you're going to be the one who gets played. Over the next few minutes, you're going to learn a few of the most valuable rules of the game so that you won't get played like Apollo and like millions of other men around the world every single day. Now, something that all very experienced men know is that female beauty is the most valuable thing in the world. You always hear people say, money makes the world go around. But the only reason that money actually exists is simply to give men power so that they can essentially exchange that power for the thing that they really want, which is beauty. Now, as I just mentioned earlier, entire wars were fought, not over money, but over beauty. Entire cities have fallen because of a single girl. Female beauty is the thing that actually makes the world spin, and money is one of the most valuable tools for a man to use to obtain the thing that he actually wants, which is beauty. Because if you have money, you have power. If you have money, you have status. And if you have enough money, you can even buy things like fame. Now, despite what people will tell you, with enough money, you can pretty much get anything that you could ever want. So experienced men are men who are really good at playing chess in real life, and they understand that beauty is the most sought after thing in the world. So much so that even the gods of ancient mythology were chasing after it. The reason why so many guys get played is because they don't understand that beauty is value. And most guys these days will give everything to a girl because they are trying to exchange what they have for beauty, but they never end up getting anything in return. You don't want to be the guy who is giving girls free rides, free money, free attention, while simply hoping that you will get something in return. Female beauty is so powerful, in fact, that right now, somewhere in the world, men are literally risking their lives for it. A man with a wife and a family will literally give his life in exchange to keep his wife safe. And this is the way that it has always been. And the reality is that female beauty has value, and if you want something of value, you have to trade something of value for it. Every day, all around the world, men get up to go make millions of dollars, and these men want money so that they can eventually exchange their value for the value of what a female has to offer. Except in this day and age, we have social media, so it's now easier than ever before for women to extract value from you without giving you anything in return. Now, in Greek mythology, there are these things called sirens, and they were creatures that had great beauty, yet they were regarded as being extremely dangerous. Sirens were known for seducing sailors with their sweet voice and their incredible beauty, but as soon as the men got too close, let's just say that they didn't quite get what they were expecting. See, our history as humans is absolutely filled with stories of men who, after being seduced by beauty, were led to do some really crazy things. Our history is filled with countless men who got played by beauty. So many guys in the world today have it completely backwards, where they are exchanging everything that they have for beauty, yet getting nothing in return. And since beauty is valuable, you are absolutely right to want to exchange your time, your money, and your attention for it, but this is where most guys get it completely wrong. If you are giving out your value to somebody and you're getting nothing in return, essentially you have become what street culture would call a simp. So you're basically giving a girl your time and your energy. In exchange, you're getting nothing back. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, and experienced men understand the true power of beauty, and they understand the power that it can have over you. See, many guys in today's world not only give everything that they have for beauty and get nothing in return, many guys are actually intimidated or scared by beauty. So rule number 1 is to never exchange your value for beauty while getting nothing in return. Rule number 2 is to never be intimidated by it. I know it sounds kind of weird, but a lot of guys are actually intimidated by attractive women, and if you let this happen, it can cause you to do some really stupid things. Ironically, allowing physical beauty to intimidate you as a man is one of the fastest ways to guarantee that most girls will never respect you enough to actually give you any of their value. Now, rule number 3 is to never let beauty control you. If I had a penny for every time a girl has made me do something stupid because all I could think about was how hot she was, I would literally be Scrooge McDuck swimming around all day long in a pool full of money. How many times have men fought and even ended other men's lives over a girl? So many guys, after getting cheated on or getting their heart broken, will get angry and they'll try to figure out who the guy was. And sometimes, if they figure it out, they will do things that they shouldn't do and they will get themselves into big trouble, all over a girl. Many guys, after getting a girlfriend, will gradually fall under the spell of their girlfriend's beauty, and before you know it, they are totally under its control. Experienced men understand the true power of beauty, and instead of falling prey to it, they are always playing the game 10 steps ahead. Never ever forget the fact that a woman's beauty is so incredibly powerful, and it has such a strong pull that not even the gods of ancient mythology could resist it at times. But as long as you follow these 3 simple rules, you will always be 10 steps ahead of the competition in this game that we call life. And if you made it this far, I want you to know that I appreciate you. Some of you have been subscribed and you've been watching for 4 years or longer, and honestly that completely blows my mind. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you so much, and if you want to join the movement and you want to say no to being average, click the link in the description, go to the store and grab yourself a t-shirt that proves it. And as always, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching.